Well, you know what time it is. It's playoff time, championship playoffs, and we are up against Nottingham Forest, who snuck in on the last day, leapfrogging Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City with their final result. So they are coming into these games on a bit of form. Let's get straight into it and let's see if we can finally realise our Premier League dream. Let's go. Welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds, here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds in the Championship. Yes, it is playoff semi-finals day. We are taking on Nottingham Forest. As I said in the intro, they snuck in on the last day. They finished 14 points behind us. In theory, we should be hot favourites for this game, but let's see what happens. It might not be that easy because the big news is that Mario Kacquiao has got himself injured again. He twisted his ankle in training. He played a few minutes at Leicester away after coming back from a long-term injury where we were trying to get his fitness up, and then he got injured in the week. He's out for another 2 weeks, which means he might miss the playoff final if we get there as well. It's really touch and go. He is our best player. He is really influential in that Trecatista number 10 role. He's basically the only player we've got that can really play that. So that is pretty tough, really. Nottingham Forest, they obviously came up from League One last season. They've hit the playoffs just like we did last season as well. But I think we should be aiming to win this. We beat them away from home. They beat us at home. But when they beat us at home, that was when we were playing a little bit different tactically. It was one of the results that kind of provoked us to change things up. If we have a little look at their team, I don't think we should really be panicking ourselves too much. Ivan Copeland, he looks an acceptable forward, decent physically maybe, but he doesn't look anything exceptional. He's only got a few goals. Whenever you look at the tactics page, it doesn't always seem to correspond to the team they put out on the day. So who knows if these are actually the players that are going to play. Jack Williams, again, looks an all right left winger. He doesn't look bad, but again, nothing exceptional. Samson, what would that be? Tovide? Samson Tovide, again, looks okay, looks acceptable, but I'm not having nightmares looking at any of these players, you know. The same with Eric Asamoah. And judging by how many games these guys have played, I don't think this is the team they're going to put out. There you go. He looks more of a central defender, Antun Kavic. Yeah, again, I just, looking at the players we've got on show here, I don't see the players that we should really be staying up at night panicking about. So hopefully, as I say, we should be pretty good favourites for this game. Valentinis Kaiveldis, I don't know. He doesn't look a bad right back for our level. Philip Saunders at left back doesn't look any great shapes, but again, he's hardly played. I do not think this is the team that is going to face us at all. Gonzalo Suarez, again, looks okay. And Kai Besson is a player that I tried to get on several occasions. I think, yeah, he will be a danger. Let's have a look and see how Nottingham Forest form has been going. I mean, look at that. They're on great form. They've won 5 out of their last 6, 4 on the bounce. So they are definitely coming into this game on really good form. Only 1 defeat in their last 8, looking at that. Or is that 7? 3, 6, 7. Yeah, there you go. I'm losing the ability to count. Yeah, so 1 defeat in 7. They are on good form. But then that's kind of similar to us as well. So I would like to think we're going to be all right here, but there's only one way to prove it, and that's to go and win that game, isn't it? Our last game of the season, we played against Blackburn. It was a dead rubber. Well, it was a dead rubber for us. Blackburn needed to win to guarantee themselves fourth spot in the Championship behind us and get that home advantage for the second leg of their playoff semi-final. But we did beat them, and I made a couple of changes. I was trying to get Harry Brady a little bit more fitness. I rested Mavididi and played Toledo on the left. Nolan came in at centre back so that we could switch things up there and just rest players up. We rested Apaya. Gomez came in at right back with Igor Luiz being suspended, and Hogan came in at left back. So there were a few changes there. We were slightly the better team in the game. I mean, in terms of XG, we destroyed them, really. Yeah, you can see it was an Anthony Johnson penalty in the 50th minute. They equalised after 62. And it was then Toledo, set up by the substitute Mavididi, that won the game, took the 3 points. That meant that in the end, Blackburn had to settle for, if the Championship table wants to load up, it does, but we're looking at the playoffs. So Blackburn had to settle for 5th place. West Brom won their final game to go above them. That means West Brom get that home advantage for the second leg. So, yeah, I mean, either of those teams in the final is going to be pretty dangerous. But as we've just beaten them, I think I would probably prefer to take on Blackburn. But, I mean, it doesn't really make too much difference at this stage, does it? So that's the situation. Let's get straight into it. A little word on Brighton, who, of course, beat us to that second place. They are actually managed by Brendan Rodgers. I never checked that before. I never realised it. So Brendan Rodgers, sort of 13 years into the future, has obviously found himself managing in the Championship. So things haven't gone great for him. Maybe that's a little prelude to what's going to happen in real life, the way Leicester are going right now. But yeah, so Brendan Rodgers, I think in FM saves, is always very good at getting teams promoted out of the Championship. So he's done it again here. So let's get straight into this game then. This is the team. Sanisalo in goal. Gomez has got to play right back because Igor Luiz has got another 1-game suspension after his sending off, you'll remember, away at Leicester. Apaya and Weeks are the centre-backs. Dylan Jones comes back in at left-back. He's just come back from injury. He's not fully fit, but again, I really want to get his fitness up, so I'm throwing him straight in. Baker, Preetz and Parkin are the midfield three, and you're going to see in a minute a little bit of a change I'm going to make in that midfield three, because Parkin doesn't really seem capable of playing the Trequartista role like Mario does. So we'll do that in a second. Anthony Johnson on the right, Mavididi on the left, and Toledo, Ibsen Toledo, is going to start as the central striker. That means Brian Nolan and Chapman are on the bench as centre-back and left-back options. Malicio and Moreno are the midfield options. Jack Evans has just come back from injury. Hasn't had a chance to get any game time. He is on the bench as a right-wing option. Kennedy is a left-wing option. And Harry Brady is our substitute striker. Hopefully he can find some form. So there he goes. A number of players out of the team there. Basically, Mario Cacchiao and Igor Luiz, the biggest names there. I think Igor Luiz comes back for the second leg of the semi-final. And a quick little word on Victorano, the 19-year-old goalkeeper we picked up on a free transfer when he was released by Paris Saint-Germain. And yeah, he was coming off a long-term injury. He's developed really nicely over the course of the season. He's now valued at up to 9 million, and he is wanted by a number of Premier League teams. So I am definitely going to offer him out in the summer and see if we can get somewhere near those 9 million. He's a really, really good prospect. He's not far off Sanisalo's level now. But yeah, if we can get 9 million for him, I mean, that really solves some problems financially. So it looks like he has been a very, very good signing in terms of picking him up on a free and maybe being able to make 9 million, and who knows what future add-ons we might be able to get. So yeah, it looked like that Victor Arno signing is going to work out very, very nicely for us. So we'll worry about that in the summer though, because right now it's all about this game against Nottingham Forest. We beat them 2-0 away from home in the league the last time we played. If we can give a similar performance today and take that sort of advantage into the second leg, that would be absolutely awesome. We do have the best goal difference in the league. When we find our goal scoring boots, we tend to blow teams away. We've obviously had a lot of draws this season, which cost us the second automatic promotion spot. But when we do score, we really do score, don't we? So hopefully we're going to be able to get a good goal scoring performance from the boys today. We're mostly fit and fresh. Obviously, we've got the issue with Anthony Johnson being not long back from injury. We've got Dylan Jones just straight back from injury. But we have been able to rest Igor Luiz for the second leg with him being suspended. And he had a few games out with suspension before that, so he's pretty fresh. Apaya has been rested. Mavadidi was rested the last game. So, yeah, hopefully we are going into this game in a good place. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. This is the first of back-to-back matches against Nottingham Forest. We need to show them what we're all about. Yeah, it says, I know there was... So, Ollie Gunner is telling me to say, I know we're the underdogs. We finished third. They've snuck in on the very last day of the season, and they have just come up from League One. Why on earth are we considered the underdogs, Ollie? Come on, you've got to be more confident in yourself. Bit of arrogance, Ollie. Your team has hit a purple patch in front of goal recently. We haven't. We've drawn a lot, and we've lost a couple of our last 4 games as well. There you go. I'm certainly not complaining. Scoring goals is always fun. First goal's crucial. Yeah, well, as usual, an absolutely abysmal press conference, as is customary in Football Manager. So there you go. They are playing with Morris and Greenwood. So yeah, the team is very different to the one we were looking at on their tactics page. So I was expecting that, and I tell you what, I've just realised I haven't changed up my midfield like I said I was. I'll do that right now. Let's pause for a second, because I don't want to play Parkin as the Trecatista. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Parkin is going to be the box-to-box midfielder, and I'm going to move Preetz back here, as I think I want to make him... Alright, I am going to make him an anchor, because that's kind of his best role in that position. So he's going to mark Eric Asamoah, and that means I can set Apaya to specifically mark the striker. Now the 2 centre-backs don't have to worry about the number 10, in theory. So, some quick changes there. So yeah, I just want to play with that more defensive midfield, because it just suits the players we've got a little bit more. And I hope it will give us a bit more defensive stability, make us hard to beat in this first leg, and set us up nicely for that home leg. But the first highlight here is dangerous for Nottingham Forest. It's cleared away, but Toledo, I don't know why Toledo started to run in the other direction there. We do get it back again. Gomez, who's done really well this season, the ex-Liverpool man, is the backup right back. He's actually played a lot of games with Igor Luiz, and his disciplinary problems. He has played a lot of football, but he's performed really well, and it's meant that he's been able to develop. And Ibsen Toledo gets goal number 35 of the season, equaling last season's tally for Harry Brady. We should remember that something like half of those were in the Papa John's trophy. So we shouldn't go saying that he's equaling Harry Brady's achievements of last season. Harry Brady was, of course, the championship top scorer, I think, with about 32, wasn't he? But still a fantastic season from the young Brazilian, and he has got us a goal up away from home here. But Nottingham Forest straight on the attack from the restart, and they are 1-1. Samson Tovide. And we have failed to hang on to a lead yet again. And this has really been our undoing this season. This is the reason we are not automatically promoted. We either struggle to score when we dominate, or we struggle to keep a clean sheet. And we have conceded a lot of goals of late towards the end of the season. So that is disappointing, to go ahead and then not keep a hold of that lead. That's very, very annoying. It's all square again. We are looking a little bit better than them, but no one has really taken control yet. No one has really dominated. Dylan Jones is on a booking as well, which worries me a little bit. He's another player that can be a bit hot-headed at times. Baker finding Johnson. Baker getting involved there as that roaming playmaker. And Preetz as the anchor, also just circulating the ball through midfield, keeping it moving. Interesting to see how that combination of an anchor and a roaming playmaker, how they're going to work. And Preetz finds Johnson, and he maybe should have done better with that finish. And that was actually a nice move. I'm going to encourage the players as we approach half time. And yeah, it has been very, very even as they get a corner and they now head over. And this is a very even game. No one has taken control of it at all. They now have a free kick. And was that a Sanislo save? It was. Sanislo palms it away, and we are now on the back foot a bit. Forest seem to be growing in confidence as the first half comes to an end. And we've now got a corner. Can we make something out of this? Preetz. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. I think Preetz's header was saved. And it was then cleared away. And Forest now kind of look like the better team, don't they? But it has been very even. We are still in it. Let's have a look. I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance. Yeah, we've got a reaction from the players there. Let's hope they can step things up a little bit. Yeah, I think the fact that we won so easily here in the league when we played, I was hoping for a repeat performance, but Forest have been the better team here, and I feel like I might need to change some things up. Yeah, as Forest get a highlight, and I don't want to go into the home game chasing a result. I would like to avoid defeat here. We've, of course, only lost 2 league games. We've only lost 2 league games in the second half of the season. And we're now 2-1 down here. And that is really, really poor. I'm going to make changes here, because we have not been good enough. I mean, Apaya there, when the ball comes across, yeah, Gomez is not marking at all. It's a really soft goal to concede. So we've got to change things up. I'm going to go positive. Mavididi has been really, really poor. So Ibsen Toledo is going to go to the left wing. And he is going to be an inside forward on attack. And that means only one thing. It is Harry Brady time up front. Now, what else can I change? I'm going to take Dylan Jones off, who's been really poor as well, and bring Ellis Chapman in. And I think the only other thing I want to do here, I'm going to take Preetz out of that position. I'm going to put Park in the attacking midfield role. Yeah, I mean, he can basically do a bit of everything. It says he can play Trecatista, but I mean, I haven't really managed to get a performance out of him there. But we're going to see what happens. We've got to pick things up here. We're going to press harder now, and I'm going to get stuck in, and I'm going to hope that we don't end up with any red cards. But we have got to do something, because Forest have been much better than us. And I really don't want such a great season, pushing for automatic promotion and being so good in the FA Cup. I don't want it to all end here in the playoff semi-final. Gomez testing the hands of Stroud. I was expecting a cross to come in there. Now Parkin with the corner. Headed away, but only as far as Toledo. Parkin will get it back in. He won't, but it goes back to Gomez. He gets it in. And was that Toledo at the back post? Or was that Harry Brady? We need more of that. Come on, 20 minutes. I don't want to concede again. We have been really poor at the back over the last kind of month or so. And this is not good. Nottingham Forest much better than us. What else can I do here? We've got 10 minutes to go. What I don't want to do is kind of throw caution to the wind and then having it come back to bite us and sort of losing out for the second leg. I mean, if it's just one goal, in theory, we're capable of getting that back at home, but we've not been good enough here for sure. And now another highlight that starts with Forest in possession. Robertson, and nobody pressing him despite the fact that we were given instructions to press. And now Tovide will get a cross in. Asamoah. Oh man. And it's just so easy. It's awful defending. Asamoah gets free. And Sanisalo in goal. Did he have a hole in his hands or what? That's abysmal. An awful performance. And things are just all coming apart at the end of the season here. And Forrester in again. Coupland. Oh man, come on. Oh man. And somebody tell me, please. Somebody tell me, what should I be doing? Oh man. What a disaster. And if we don't go up to the Premier League, things are really tough for next season. And is this going to be 5? No, we have fallen apart. We've collapsed completely. And those changes that I made have just resulted in an absolute collapse. We have been abysmal. Oh my goodness. I don't believe what I've just seen. I do not believe it. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely disastrous. Oh, if we don't go up, we're likely going to lose Kakiao. We're going to lose Jamie Weeks. We might not be able to get Harry Brady. We're going to lose Toledo. Chapman is out of contract. He's going to leave. Johnson is not going to be happy about not being played as a shadow striker. Or as a false 9 rather. Next season needs to be a complete rebuild. And I've just done exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. I panicked. I went out and attacked them for the last 12 minutes. And in that time, we've had 3 goals scored against us, rather than just keeping it tight, taking the 2-1, and then looking to get the job done at home. That is an absolute disaster. I'm absolutely gutted right now. Oh man. Right, well, let's get forward to this second game. I mean, we've got to have our performance of the season now to get through. It seems unlikely at this stage, but I guess you never know. I'll see you back for the next game. Well, mission impossible then. 5-1 down against Forest. Blackburn have already beaten West Brom to book their place in the playoff final. We are going to need basically the best performance of the entire season to join them. Yeah, there's really no way I can say I'm positive, is there? What can we do here? This is going to be extremely difficult. Igor Luiz is back. Mario Kacquiao is not. I feel like I need to shake things up. I don't know. I feel like I need to change things up and do something different. But you know what? I'm going to stick with the same team to start with. What I don't want to do is, I was thinking I could maybe go 4-4-2 with Harry Brady and Toledo up front together. But what I don't want to do is be too open and just have no way back at the end of the first half. So I am gonna stick with what we've done all season. I will keep Parkin as the Trecatista. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, really, we're just hoping for a miracle here, aren't we? Nottingham Forest XG in the first game was actually less than 2. They scored 5 with an XG of less than 2. And I don't know if I fell into a Football Manager trap. It kind of felt like, we weren't playing great, 2-1 down. Like I say, the sensible thing would have been just to take the 2-1 and bring it back home to try and get the job done. But I feel like by opening up a little bit, I feel like I kind of played into their hands, didn't I? But we were extremely, extremely poor. It was a really bad performance, especially in those last 12 minutes after I made those changes. We really need, the one thing we've got going in our favour here is that we've got the players that in the past have done it. They have scored a lot of goals. Let's have a look. Come on. I really don't want a press conference right now. Right. Where are you looking for improvements after a disappointing match? Oh, come on. They've got to do something with press conferences because they're absolutely terrible. Look at that. We've lost 3 of our last 5 now. We've picked the end of the season to have our worst run of form. What a shame. But yeah, we have shown we're capable of scoring goals. If we get a run on it, we are capable of blowing away almost anybody. So I really hope we can do that today. Can we really take advantage of being at home here and really put on a show? So far we haven't. I'm going to encourage the players. Like I say, I don't want to start opening up and playing super attacking and everything else just at the moment. I really want to see how things go. If we get one here, we are in it. It goes out to Jones. Can he get that cross in? He can't. He does now. But it's away again. Now Igor Luiz. Now he does get a cross in. It's turned away. But the highlight still continues. We are still in with a chance here. Johnson. Parking couldn't get a hold of it. And we have got to pick things up now. It's been a slow start, a slow first half an hour. That's it. We're making changes. We are making changes. Right, let's see if we open up. And you know what? Do I focus play down the wings? No, I don't want to do that. We are going to go full out press though. I'm not going to get stuck in yet. Let's see if we can end the first half strongly. If we can get a goal, just break through once and then try and just build on it in the second half. But it's been, again, a really poor display. Even though we've had more possession, Nottingham Forest have been very comfortable. We really need a goal here. We basically need to do to them what they did to us in the first leg. But they have been really comfortable. I'm surprised with how easily we beat them in the league in the away game. And now Toledo misses an absolute sitter. It's a really disappointing first half. What are we going to change here? We are going to get Preetz off, bring Parkin back into the box-to-box midfield role, and we're going to bring on Harry Brady. We're going to go 2 up front. We're going to play a bit more direct, I think. Let's make Toledo the poacher, Harry Brady the advance forward. And now I think we will start playing out and we'll look to get early crosses in. We're going to be a bit more direct. What else can I do? There's really very little more, I think. We'll see if that has any impact. Let's see if we can get the players up for it. And again, I mean, if we needed a miracle before, we're needing an even bigger miracle now. So Harry Brady is on. I mean, they've just been the better team again. They've had 4 shots on target, 8 shots at goal. We have had very, very little. And on the hour mark, I mean, it's just been an absolute disaster, hasn't it? On the hour mark, we've had 1 shot on target the entire game. I'm going to berate the players. I mean, even scraping a 1-0 win wouldn't be pleasing. It's just been a really, really poor performance. Brady is in now, and Harry Brady has got one back. I think it's far too little too late, but we are at least back in it. Mavididi with the assist, his 19th assist of the season, I think. He's had a very, very good first season for us. But we need more. Can the players pick it up again? Can we get some more highlights in here? I'm going to go even more direct, even more width. And I'm going to push the line up a little bit. I think that is everything I can do. I mean, we need goals. I don't want to take Anthony Johnson off. Can we get a second here? Brady finds Toledo. Toledo gets Brady in. And it was Baker with the midfield pass, not Brady. That would have been nice if we could have made it 2 there. We would have been just 2 goals behind. And again, a pious header gets blocked on the line. If we get another one here, it's kind of, there's a little hint there that we could do something. And please don't end the highlight. Anthony Johnson will get the crossing, surely. He doesn't, but he gets it back to Igor Luiz. Baker gets it in, and the header is saved. We've finally woken up. But it is too late. We need 3 goals in 10 minutes, which is basically what they did to us. What more can I do here? I've got Jack Evans on the bench. That's pretty much all I've got in terms of offensive changes. But Mavididi has made it 2-0. And this is now the performance we had been needing. Brady has had a great impact since coming on. And Anthony Johnson gets the assist for Mavididi. 10 minutes to go. We need 2 more goals. Come on. Let's demand more. Come on. All out attack now. Come on. What other changes can I make? Let's have a look. Baker's absolutely shattered. Do you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to bring Baker off for Jack Evans, and I'm going to just basically play everybody up. This might be an absolutely ridiculous idea, but I think we're in the realms of ridiculous ideas right now. So we've got Jack Evans in there. We're playing 5 men up top, and I'm going to go Ellis Chapman for Dylan Jones, and he is going to play as a wing back on attack. There you go. It's all going off. is basically throw all caution to the wind and just see if we throw everything at them, can something stick? We've got 5 minutes to score 2 goals. Oh man, a free kick for Forest. Have we just completely opened up now and let them get into this? The free kick is headed away, but they've still got it. Granger, Copeland, back to Robertson, and they do now have space on their right wing. Morris gets in, and he's finished it, and I can't really complain. I can't really complain. We knew at 2-0 we had to just throw everything at it. We knew we'd be opening up, and that's the way it's played out. But I mean, the last kind of 20 minutes of the game, 25 minutes of the game, we've done well, but it's that first leg that has destroyed us. I'm devastated. I really thought we were going to do it. I really thought Forest was a winnable game. Real shame. I'm just going to leave it to Ollie. Do what you want, Ollie. There you go. Well, the next episode will be the end of season review, but we need a major rebuild because we're going to lose some really influential players. I can't keep hold of Mario Cacchiao. He is out of contract in a year. I'm very unhappy. I need to cash in on him now, which is a real shame. I'm now going to have to... I've held off doing it just because I was so concentrated on the season. But I now really need to look into all the players being released from other teams. I need to see what sort of strategy I use to sell players, because at the moment, if I sell Mario Cacchiao for 10 million, we're going to get very little of that money to spend. What I need to do is maybe sell someone else, maybe an Igor Luiz, and get sort of 3 million in for him, have the board sort of give us a higher percentage of transfers or transfer income, and then sell the big names, Arno and Cacchiao. Maybe see if I need to look at selling Anthony Johnson if he's not happy. I'm going to send my assistant to the press conference as well. Yeah, it's. I think we're going to be in a very different situation next season. I think the team is going to look very different. The only upside is that now we are recognised as an established championship team. Oh, that is so disappointing. Now we are an established championship team. I think we're going to be able to get a much higher quality of loanee in. I think we'll be able to get... Oh, what a shame. I think we're going to be able to get maybe some high quality Premier League under 23s, future stars. We should hopefully be able to get more of that type of player in. And I think if we can get... We've got Preets for next season. If we can get 4 high quality loans that are kind of future Premier League stars, if we can get those players in, then I think that could really be the thing that could save us for next season. So if we can't do that, I think we're really struggling. So we've got likely Sanisalo in goal. Dylan Jones, I'm going to offer a new contract. He is going out of contract at the end of the season. I was holding off because obviously I had the hope that we'd be a Premier League team. But now we're not going to be a Premier League team. I will offer him a new contract. Depends how much he wants though. He's on 3,000 a week. If I offer him as a regular starter, what does he want now? I mean, all the players now have started to want sort of championship wages. He wants 7. So if we go a little bit lower, let's see what we can maybe... If we offer him 3 years, see if he'll accept a lower wage. and we'll offer him 40% if we go up. No, he wants 7 as a starting point by the looks of it. It looks like he really doesn't want to negotiate on his 7. Okay, he's come down a little bit. Can we get him to 6.25? I mean, for us, it's still a lot. I mean, we'll find out shortly, I guess, what the budget is for next season. He's not coming down off 6.75. So let's basically offer him everything he wants there. Oh, he won't come down. If I offer him a really high percentage if we do go up, will he take this? Oh, come on. Do you know what? I think if I don't get it, I'm not going to panic, because I think we might be able to get similar quality to Dylan Jones. He's really a League One left back. Okay, so he's not accepted. I'm going to let Dylan Jones go at the end of the season then. Let's take him out of that position. So who have I got that really I'm sort of happy to rely on as a first choice player? Well, Apaya was great this season. There's going to be no Weeks, so it's going to mean Nolan. But I mean, he was great when he played as well this season. Baker as a roaming playmaker. Happy to keep him. And I'm happy to keep Parkin as the box-to-box. Anthony Johnson, if he is happy to play on the wing, I am happy to keep. The same with Mavididi. The 2 wingers this season have been absolutely phenomenal. And up front, can we get Harry Brady to stay? He's out of contract at Sheffield United at the end of the season. Can we get him to stay on? Can we get him to come in on a free transfer? So a lot of these players are leaving us. Ellis Chapman is leaving. Harry Wilson's leaving. Rocco Vata's leaving. Josh Kennedy's leaving. Dylan Jones is likely going to leave. Jack Evans, I'm happy to keep involved. So we'll just put him in there on the bench. I mean, this is maybe what I should have been doing in the end of season review. Moreno and Eddie Little, I'm kind of happy to keep around. The 2 midfielders that have been with us for several years. I think it's Moreno that might be out of contract at the end of the season, which would mean he would probably want to leave anyway. Cedric Preetz is still going to be here, so we'll stick him in there. That's a decent option to have. Hurtado is going to leave. Hogan and Gomez, I am happy to have stick around as bench players. So yeah, there is quite a major rebuild going on here. Let's have a look. So Igor Luis, he now doesn't have any interest in him. He did have some interest, I think, from LAFC, but that is now not there. So let's put him up there for now. We'll put him in the side. So yeah, it looks like, well, if you look at that, I mean, we're only really looking for a couple of players, maybe a centre-back, a goalkeeping upgrade I'm always interested in, a top-quality Premier League standard striker or trequartista would be nice. But, okay, maybe it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. But we certainly need to fill out the bench with a lot of new names. So, yeah, another season in the Championship. That's where today's episode ends then, which is a shame. I really would have liked it to have ended with a playoff final, but there you go. That is all we've got for this season. Now, I will see you on the next episode, which will be the end of season review, of course, and we'll have to see what we can set up for next season to try and take that next step. If we look, well, we'll do it in the next episode for the end of season review, but I think looking at the teams that are coming down from the Premier League, I think next season is going to be an easier Championship. I think there's going to be less teams of high quality like Fulham and Brighton were this season. I think there is probably going to be a better opportunity to get one of those automatic promotion spots. So let's hope so. Let's hope we can do it. But for me, that's all for now. Yeah, you can hear in my voice. It's a really bitter pill to swallow. Real bitter end to the season. But there were some high points, but we're finishing on a low one, aren't we? I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and bye for now.